Hi, BonBon here. In preparing for my next beginner's guide tutorial on the differences between towns and cities, I had a huge revelation, and it has changed the way that I play. For more detail on this mechanic, watch out for my upcoming tutorial. But for now, here's what to look out for when starting a new game, and when you should restart before even making a move. Before we get started, I'd like to show you 5 random start spawns with yields and resources, and you tell me in the comments which one you think is best, and then after the video reply to your own comment with whether or not this video has changed your mind. As a hint, I feel that there is one clear winning location and one definite restart, while the other 3 are fine depending on a host of other conditions. Start location A is a tropical coastal start with mountains to the south. Location B is tundra with mountains to the east. Location C is a temperate peninsula with rivers to the north. Location D is desert plains with a navigable river linking to the sea, and location E appears to be some way inland with forests and mining potential. Now, feel free to go back and pause the video to take a longer look, make your comment, and then we'll move on. And so, this is your first city, your capital city, which will be your sole workhorse for a sizable chunk of the antiquity era, and probably beyond. The one main difference between this and your other first new settlements is that only your capital will be able to build anything. Sure, you can buy troops and buildings, and of course, you should. That is what your gold is for. But things like wonders can only be created with production, and so good production is an absolute must. So many times I've been working on a wonder, been halfway to completion, only for someone else to snowball past me in only a few turns. So let's take another look at those 5 random starts and decide which will, in time, give us the best returns. We'll be ignoring things like policy cards, the palace or leader bonuses today, and concentrating literally just on the land itself. Start A was that tropical coast, and aesthetically it's probably the most pleasing of the 5. While there is production available on some farm tiles, the granary only gives a food bonus, which is great for growth, but there are other ways of getting food into your cities. We can also only make a decision based on what we can see. Now there may be production behind those mountains, but we'll need to settle first, build a scout, and then go and find out, after which it's already too late. Well, for restarting on turn 1 anyway. A large chunk of our production is going to come via the source of warehouse buildings, which is another upcoming tutorial to watch out for. And of the 5 such buildings in the antiquity era, only 3 boost production. The saw pit for forests, woodlands and camps. The brickyard for mines, quarries and clay pits. And the harbour for coasts, lakes and navigable rivers. So these are the natural features we'll be looking out for. Another safe assumption we'll be making today is that your capital will end up being more than just 1 tile. Heck, you're going to need another tile for at least one of your warehouse buildings. So let's assume that you start your city without moving, and that all of the adjacent tiles will in time be used for districts and wonders. So how does this leave our potential production now? First of all those water tiles will work for us, giving us 4 directly, along with another 7 from the harbour bonus. Meanwhile, on land, there's another 9 to be had from the mines in the north and the south, and if you want to invest in a 3rd warehouse building, there's another 7 per turn from woodcutters. In terms of resources, there's nothing here to benefit us at all. So this gives us a total of 20 production with 2 warehouse buildings, or 27 if you want to go for them all. Start B is a more balanced split between the two land yields. You'll get a total of 16 from the woods and another 12 from mines, taking us to 28. There are another 6 available from the Hides resources, bringing us to 34. There are also 2 water tiles to both the north and the south, but as these are outside your inner ring, one would need to be for the harbour. So we can add another 4 production from here, making a grand total of 38 with 3 warehouse buildings. On a side note, remember, the production cost of antiquity warehouses is 55. If your new warehouse will only bring you in 1 extra production, it will take 55 turns to repay itself. 2 production would be 28 turns. It's only from around 3 production per turn, at 18 turns to repay its cost, that a warehouse feels like it starts to pull its own weight. That said, we'll look on the low side and include any production of 4 and above. In start location C, we lose most of that lovely woodland under our future district's foundations, meaning we won't hit our minimum limit for a saw pit. It is, however, blessed with mining potential. Despite that, you are looking at a future total of 19 from mines with the brickyard bonus. In the water, we'll again lose a tile for the harbour, but it will surely be worth it with another 6 production for our total. There's 2 production from the tin resource and a bonus 10% towards wonders from the elephants, but as that bonus is conditional, we'll ignore this for now, as you won't often be building wonders, but the tin still counts, so our total is 27. Start location D has the potential for a large sprawling city, but the production is severely lacking. There are 5 mine or clay pit locations, but 2 of these have a base yield of 0. The combined total is only 11. If you add in the extra 4 from woodland, you get a total of just 15. Despite the swathes of land available, there isn't even any production in the resources. And finally, start location E, and another area blessed with mines. On this occasion, we can get a massive 26 production just from mining tiles alone, the highest of all of today's random starts. Other than that, there's another 6 from woodcutters and camps, bringing us to a very solid total of 32. While there are lots of resources here, other than a couple of conditional bonuses, there's nothing that we can include here today. And that is that. So the conclusion. If you liked B the most, congratulations. You'll be chugging out wonders for fun. E took a very solid second place, with C just beating out A for third place due to the requirement of 1 fewer warehouse. If you chose D, then you were going to struggle, or at least take a while to turn things around. I would suggest that D is the immediate restart. So what do you think of my conclusions? Will you be changing your views on your start locations, or will this just be something you keep in the back of your mind? Let me know, I'd be very interested to hear. Meanwhile, if you haven't already done so and clicked the like button, now would be a very good time to do so, to remind me to make more videos just like this. In the meantime, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. I've been BonBonB and you've been very, very welcome.